Motivation. It's a sweet word, isn't it? It feels good, rolls off the tongue like honey, like a spark of inspiration igniting the fire inside you. Motivation makes you feel alive. It makes you feel unstoppable, invincible. You wake up one day and think, this is it, today I'm gonna crush it. But let me tell you the truth about motivation. It's a liar. Motivation will make you promises it cannot keep. It will tell you, you've got this, but it won't be there when the grind gets tough. It will give you a spark, yes, but what happens when that spark fades? What happens when the fire dies down, the enthusiasm disappears, and all you're left with is the cold, hard reality of the work ahead? Motivation is a drug. A fleeting high that feels good in the moment but leaves you stranded when you need it most. And most people, they're addicted to it. They chase motivation like it's the answer, like it's the thing that will carry them to success. But here's the truth. Motivation is worthless without discipline. Discipline. It's not sweet. It's not glamorous. It doesn't make you feel good. Discipline doesn't care about your feelings, your mood, or your excuses. Discipline is cold, unyielding, brutal. And that's exactly why it's your greatest weapon. Because here's the reality. Success doesn't care about how you feel. The world doesn't care about your mood, your energy, or your motivation. Success only cares about what you do, day in, day out, no matter how you feel. And that's where discipline comes in. Let me ask you this. What do you want? Do you want to be successful? Do you want to build something great? Do you want to be the person who stands at the top, looking down at everything you've conquered? Because if you do, you need to understand one thing. Discipline is the price of greatness, not motivation, not inspiration. Discipline. Discipline is what gets you out of bed at 5 a.m. when the world is still asleep. Discipline is what makes you work when you're tired, when you're bored, when every part of you is screaming to quit. Discipline is what keeps you moving forward inch by inch, even when the fire of motivation is long burned out. But let's not sugarcoat this. Discipline is hard. It's the grind, the daily battle, the endless repetition of tasks that don't feel exciting, that don't feel inspiring, but that are absolutely necessary for your success. Discipline isn't glamorous. It doesn't post on Instagram. It doesn't get applause or likes or admiration. No one sees the hours you spend in the dark, putting in the work when no one else is watching, and that's why most people don't have it. Most people want the results without the effort. They want the rewards without the sacrifice. They want to stay comfortable, stay entertained, stay motivated, and still achieve greatness. But that's not how this works. Here's the brutal truth. Motivation is fleeting. It's temporary. It's unreliable. Discipline is eternal. Discipline doesn't care about the weather, your feelings, or the chaos around you. Discipline is consistent, steady, unbreakable. Think of the people you admire, the ones who've achieved greatness, who've built empires, who've changed the world. Do you think they relied on motivation to get there? No. They relied on discipline. They showed up every day, not because they felt like it, but because they were committed to the process. Let me tell you a secret most people don't want to hear. Success is boring. Yes, boring, and it's not flashy, it's not exciting. Success is built on routine, on repetition, on doing the same thing over and over and over again until you master it. Success is waking up every day and choosing discipline over comfort, action over excuses, progress over procrastination. Success isn't about what you do when you're motivated, it's about what you do when you're not. But let's get real for a moment. Why don't you have the discipline you need? Why do you let motivation dictate your actions instead of building the habits that lead to success? It's because discipline is uncomfortable. It's hard. It's painful. Discipline forces you to confront your weaknesses. It forces you to push through resistance, to keep going even when it feels like you're not making progress. Discipline doesn't let you take shortcuts. It doesn't let you cheat. It demands consistency, effort, sacrifice, and it gives you nothing in return until the work is done. And that's why most people fail. Most people don't have the stomach for discipline. They want the rewards without the struggle. They want the glory without the grind. They want motivation to carry them because they're too weak to carry themselves. But you're different. You wouldn't be here listening to this if you weren't different. Deep down, you know the truth. You know that discipline is the key. You know that motivation won't get you where you want to go. You know that success isn't given, it's earned through blood, sweat, and sacrifice. But knowing isn't enough. You have to act. You have to make a choice, right here, right now. Are you going to keep chasing motivation, waiting for the spark to hit? Or are you going to take control of your life and build the discipline you need to succeed? Because discipline isn't something you're born with. It's not a gift. It's a skill. And like any skill, it can be developed, strengthened, mastered. Here's how you do it. Start small. Discipline doesn't happen overnight. It's not a switch you can flip. You don't wake up one day and suddenly become a machine, grinding through life's demands with unwavering focus. Discipline is like a muscle. It has to be built, strengthened, and trained over time. And how do you build a muscle? You start small. You don't walk into a gym on day one and expect to deadlift 400 pounds. No. You start with a lighter weight, something manageable, something that challenges you but doesn't crush you. You start with a foundation, a small step, and then you build on it. The same goes for discipline. It's not about overhauling your entire life in one dramatic move. It's about finding that one thing, no matter how small, that you can commit to every single day. Wake up 10 minutes earlier. Write one paragraph. Do one push-up. It might sound trivial, even laughable, but here's the truth. It's not the size of the action that matters. It's the consistency. Why does this work? Because small actions create momentum. Momentum creates habits, and habits create results. When you start small, you're setting yourself up for success. You're training your mind and body to show up, no matter what. The mistake most people make is that they try to go too big, too fast. They want to transform overnight. But when the effort becomes overwhelming, they quit. They burn out. That's why starting small is critical. It's not about how much you do. It's about doing it every single day. Show up every day. Let me tell you a secret. Discipline isn't about perfection. It's not about doing things flawlessly. It's about doing them consistently. The people who win in life aren't the ones who are perfect. They're the ones who show up every single day. Because discipline is a habit. It's a routine. It's something you build through repetition, through action, through showing up even when you don't want to, especially when you don't want to. There will be days when everything feels like it's falling apart. Days when you're tired, overwhelmed, unmotivated. Days when it feels like the last thing you want to do is put in the work. And those days, those are the days that matter most. Why? Because every time you show up on those hard days, you're proving something to yourself. You're proving that you're not controlled by your feelings. You're proving that you're stronger than the excuses, the fatigue, the doubt. You're proving that you're someone who does the work, no matter what. Discipline doesn't reward laziness. It rewards consistency. It rewards the person who gets up every morning and says, I'm going to do the work today, whether I feel like it or not. Build the habit. Build the routine. Make it automatic. When you wake up, you don't have to think about brushing your teeth, you just do it. That's what discipline looks like. It's showing up so consistently that it becomes second nature. And when discipline becomes second nature, success is inevitable. Embrace the grind. Stop looking for shortcuts, just stop. There are no shortcuts, no hacks, no magic formulas. The grind is the only way. And let me be clear, the grind is not fun. It's not glamorous. It's not exciting. The grind is hard, repetitive, and often boring. But the grind is also where greatness is made. Most people don't want to hear this. They want the quick fix. They want the six-pack without the workouts, the wealth without the hustle, the success without the sacrifice. But here's the truth. There is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs. The grind is what separates the winners from the losers. It's what builds strength, resilience, and character. It's the long hours, the late nights, the sacrifices no one sees. It's putting in the work when you're exhausted. It's doing the thing you don't want to do because you know it's necessary. Here's the thing about the grind. It doesn't get easier. You get stronger. The more you embrace the grind, the more resilient you become. The hard work doesn't go away, but your ability to handle it grows. You learn to endure. You learn to push through. You learn to thrive in situations that would break most people. The grind isn't a punishment, it's a privilege. It's the forge that turns ordinary people into extraordinary ones. So stop waiting for the work to feel easy. It won't. Stop looking for the path of least resistance. It doesn't exist. Embrace the grind. Lean into it. And let it shape you into the person you were meant to be. Ignore your feelings. Your feelings are irrelevant. That's a hard pill to swallow, isn't it? But it's the truth. Your feelings don't matter. Not when it comes to discipline, not when it comes to success. Feelings are temporary. They're fleeting. They come and go like the wind. One day you feel motivated, energized, ready to conquer the world. The next, you feel tired, unmotivated, defeated. And if you let your feelings dictate your actions, you'll never accomplish anything. Discipline doesn't care about how you feel. Discipline is about action. It's about doing the work, no matter what. Think about the greatest athletes, the greatest artists, the greatest leaders. Do you think they woke up every day feeling motivated? Do you think they always felt inspired, energized, ready to tackle the challenges ahead? Of course not. But they showed up anyway. They did the work anyway. They ignored their feelings because they understood something most people don't. Your feelings don't define you. Your actions do. So stop waiting to feel motivated. Stop waiting for inspiration to strike. Stop letting your emotions control your life. Do the work, no matter how you feel. This is what separates the strong from the weak, the successful from the mediocre. The weak let their feelings dictate their actions. The strong act despite their feelings. Which one are you? Focus on the process. Success isn't about the results, it's about the process. This is one of the hardest lessons to learn, but it's also one of the most important. If you're constantly chasing results, chasing the six-figure salary, the perfect body, the recognition, the accolades, you'll burn out. You'll quit. Because results take time. The process is what gets you there. The process is the daily grind, the unglamorous work, the hours spent honing your craft, mastering your skills, putting in the effort even when it feels like you're not making progress. The process is where success is built. Fall in love with the process. Fall in love with the work. Fall in love with the small, unglamorous steps that lead to greatness. Because when you focus on the process, the results will take care of themselves. Here's the secret. The process never ends. Even when you achieve your goals, even when you reach the summit, there will always be more work to do, more to learn, more to build. That's what success looks like. It's not a destination, it's a journey. So stop obsessing over the results. Stop comparing yourself to others. Stop focusing on what you don't have yet. Focus on the process. Show up every day. Do the work. And one day, you'll look back and realize that the results weren't the reward, the process was. But let me warn you, discipline isn't easy. It's not supposed to be. Discipline will test you. It will push you to your limits. It will force you to confront the parts of yourself you'd rather ignore, the laziness, the excuses, the fear. But every time you choose discipline over comfort, you grow stronger. Every time you show up when you don't feel like it, you prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you thought. And one day, you'll look back on the path you've walked. The grind, the struggle, the sacrifice, and you'll realize something profound. Discipline didn't just make you successful, it made you unstoppable. So let me ask you, are you ready? Are you ready to stop chasing motivation and start building discipline? Are you ready to stop making excuses and start doing the work? Are you ready to stop being a slave to your feelings and start taking control of your life? Because this is your moment to break free from the chains of comfort, from the lies of motivation, from the weakness that's been holding you back. This is your moment to choose discipline, to choose strength, to choose greatness. Discipline isn't easy, it's not glamorous. It doesn't make you feel good, but it's the only thing that works. So show up, do the work, be relentless. Because when you choose discipline, you choose success. And when you choose success, you choose a life that most people can only dream of.